everyone, and welcome back to NT Game with me, Tukx. Today we're going to go over the last part of the April feature patch. This is the Mega Server. Today I have Alex with me once again.
What's up?
If he's
So,
not
I was having
drinking.
a drink. You picked like the most awkward time ever. But
I
go.
told you I was doing the intro and you take a drink. Brilliant.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting it to be that short.
Yeah, I could have gone on a bit longer. But
Could have. You literally only had to last like an extra second or two.
yeah, I was going to go for that last second, but I thought no, I think it'd be ready. But no, yeah, the last second I was going to say is, can we change your views finally on Guild Wars and see if you're going to come back? Well, we'll wait and see. This one isn't that impressive. It's a good feature, and it is just one feature for the rest of this.
Okay.
But yeah. This is the Mega Server.
Yep.
Which I've talked to you a little bit about.
Yep.
It's basically kind of making it easier to play with friends, guildmates, people on your server, sort of thing.
Yep.
And kind of bringing the community into a compact area so that you're more likely to be with people in different maps. Ideally, that's the idea of it. So you have a better social experience.
Yeah. No, I like it because... But then again, one thing that does annoy me with this is it kind of makes, like, realms or whatever they are on... can't remember what they are in Guild Wars, but they're almost obsolete.
Yeah, they're called worlds. But
Worlds, that's the one. But it just makes them almost obsolete. So it's almost just like take them away, and then just do one big server.
It really does, and they haven't actually kind of talked about details on this.
Yeah.
Because a big feature is World v World, of course.
Yeah.
And they haven't really kind of disclosed what they're planning to do with that. Because World v World kind of doesn't really work if everyone's playing on the same server together, does it? Because you don't really have the same sort of world like community, do you? You don't have.
Well, that's it exactly.
Because we play on Gandara, so it will no longer be Gandara people we were playing with all the time. It'll be kind of everyone.
Yeah, I mean it's good for, yeah, sure. Like,
it's
I mean,
good
there'll be times when you're say you're leveling, and like I don't know, you're doing some tasks and stuff, and then there's not usually many people around because most people, not like there's not loads of people leveling now. Games been out a while, they're all max level, they're doing that stuff, guild stuff, whatever. So yeah, sure, you'll be like, oh, there's more people, cool. But how often do you really interact with people? How often is it needed to interact with people to do like group quests and stuff like that? It's not really needed like that much. Like, sure, there's certain events that go on, but
yeah, I was going to say you don't actually have group quests as such.
That's exactly it.
Like, that's the thing. That spawn.
Yeah, that's it. Like, what's the point in it for me? It's like there's no real reason to do it. Like, sure, there's certain events which will get done quicker if that's even if there's people in that area leveling at that time.
See, I do agree with you there, but it's also because as a player you feel very isolated out in the world in lower level zones, because you can run through a whole zone and you can literally do a whole zone without bumping into a single person. And that makes the world feel very isolated, doesn't it? It makes the world feel empty, in fact. But if there's people around, it makes it feel like you're part of a bigger world, I think.
Yeah, I get that, but it's kind of expected of like every game, though. Once people are past the leveling thing, or they've leveled a few characters, they're just working on the end game concept of it all. And if you're coming in late or you're leveling another character, you expect that. You're not going in there going, oh, I can go around, there'll be loads of people. It's just like Guild Wars, it's not got loads and loads of subscribers. It's one of the better ones, probably the second. Well, people playing,
active players.
Yeah,
I think it has probably one of the biggest communities other than WoW.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's still a big community, but it's not like so many people where you're thinking, oh, there's always going to be people when I'm out in the world. It's like, no, there'll be people when you're in a city.
I think you have to wait and see, really, because I'm fairly convinced you'll see a lot more people than you think, because there is a lot of servers. I'm just going to bring up the server list quickly while talking about this.
It's not so much that, though. I know for a fact that you'll see lots of people, obviously because it's like how it's going to work and stuff, but at the same time, it's not necessary.
Yeah, well, on our European server list, we have 8 very high servers at this time.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot, and all the others are high apart from one, which is medium, and there must be about 15 high servers,
Yeah,
and then one medium. And I'm
yeah,
sure America's just the same. Actually, America's got loads of very highs. There's probably got about 10 very highs and about 10 highs. So there must be quite a good population of Guild Wars people still. And
yeah,
bear in mind, it's going to be crossing all of those highs and very highs into one server. I don't think it's going to be cross location, so you won't get Europe and US combined, but you'll still be combining all of the actual English-speaking servers. I mean, we're not going to be combined with the French or the Spanish or the Dutch, but all the actual English-speaking ones, which is quite a few. That's probably about 10 on that list.
yeah. Well, that's good. The one thing I hate is when games cross like everything cross realm. Sorry, like that, and then all of a sudden there's people from different countries around the world, and they can't. And like you're just trying to do your thing, but you're expecting to be like you can speak your language and everyone understand, but then you get there, you're like the like I'll be like the only English person, and then there's people from other parts of the world which they don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what they're saying. How does that help anyone do anything? So
Yeah,
the fact that it's
I think we
like
touched upon that on the last video, didn't we? When I was saying about being in a party and
yeah,
I was the only English-speaking person and they don't have a clue what they're on about.
yeah,
But they have addressed this with the mega servers. They've got certain weight values on different things, like having friends in a certain map, having guildies in a certain map, having your majority of your server in a certain map.
yeah.
And it places you on a map in which the majority language will be whatever yours is.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It shouldn't even be the fact that it's like majority. It should just be English server.
Well, I think it will try and put as I say majority. In nowhere it says majority. That was just a word I used. But I think it will try and put as many people together as possible, and in most cases, all of which will speak the same language.
Yeah, there can't be any like variations because it's unfair on the small variation of people that might not be able to speak English playing on a dominant English server. But it's the same way it's unfair if some English people end up on for an example, a French server, and there's loads of French people speaking French and they have like no idea. That's the unfair thing. It needs to just keep it in the same. I mean, I'm not saying like to isolate people from other languages, but it's just that you play a game, like you want to be able to communicate with people. Like
I know what you're saying.
Not with people saying, "Oh, I know you speak English very good." It's just like, well, get off the server.
Yeah.
That sounds bad. I worded it badly, but it just frustrates me. Like
I'll try to brush over that. But yeah.
for example, been playing WoW. I'm doing PvP, and like my UI doesn't even come up with the names of some of the enemies I'm attacking because they're from different servers, and it's literally like you try and look at their name, and I don't even it's symbols basically. I don't exactly know what it is, what the language is, but it's like how am I going to communicate with them when and how are they going to communicate with me? It's like how does that help anything happen? How does that help anyone win anything or do anything? But at least that's not going to happen.
Battlegrounds and WoW are just more Zergfest these days. But we're not talking about WoW here, Alex. We're talking about Guild Wars.
No, but that's an example of what can happen. Like they just go, oh, we'll just merge them all together, and everyone will have a nice time.
Yeah.
Like no, just no.
Well, the good news is that even when you get placed on a certain map group, you can change if you're in a party with someone.
Yeah.
Say you and me are in a party together and you zone into the wrong one, right?
Mm.
You can still change the way you used to, just right click and join party.
That's cool.
In that thing. So you can change. You're not stuck if you join one. So that's good.
That's cool.
This feature's not actually being rolled out completely on the 15th. They're kind of doing a small not a test, they're kind of rolling out in phases. The first phase, which is released on the 15th, is all the level 1 to 15 maps.
Yeah.
So that'd be the starting areas. Cities, which is a given, and the PvP lobby. Those are all moving onto the mega server.
Okay.
And later in the year, the rest will be rolled out, which is good, but it doesn't actually say when.
Okay.
Another big feature of the Mega server is the world bosses and events.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
they've now implemented a boss schedule.
Yeah.
So bosses now spawn at certain times of the day. So that means that it will be active on all the maps at a time.
Yeah. That's cool.
What do you think about that?
That's good. I mean, it's just good because there's times where didn't you say something about like the overflow? Like sometimes people get
Yeah,
sent over to there and then it
yeah.
won't spawn because it's all out of
If you're in
sync.
overflow and the
Yeah.
server hadn't, if the map hadn't been active for a certain amount of time, the boss wouldn't spawn. So
Yeah.
for world events and things like that, you
Yeah.
just wouldn't get
Yeah. So
the
that's
boss
that's
roll.
a good thing.
So it basically means that it will spawn on every map,
Yeah, that's good.
which is good.
I mean, yeah, I do like it, but I also I don't know.
I mean,
It's
people will
almost like
complain about it though because of
yeah,
the times, and some people can't do the times, which is fair enough.
yeah,
But as I told you, I think it was the other day, that guilds can actually activate or summon the world bosses.
yeah,
They can't do it if the event's about to start, but they can do it any other time. So being part of a guild is now, well, I think it's always been beneficial, but it helps. It means you can do sort of guild boss runs.
that's true. But I don't know. It'll be good, but I think I don't know. I don't. It annoys me when games always think, oh well, we can make the community all join one thing. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Um, some of the bosses have actually been updated to make them scale a bit better and make them a little bit harder, which is good. Again, makes a
Yeah,
bit more variation because some are a little bit easy.
yeah, some are a bit easy.
I mean, since they were updated previously with the other boss updates, some are quite hard now. Not hard as in difficult, it's that they take a lot longer because they're more health pool and they hit a bit harder.
Yeah,
Challenges are the same, but they're just a little bit more difficult to kill.
yeah, that's good. I mean,
Finally,
game do always tweak like bosses and stuff, so
yeah.
it's nice to see that like they're actively doing it.
Yeah, well, like I said, this is kind of a short one, but we're coming to the final points. These are actual negative things that Guild Wars have kind of announced, if that makes sense. It was really weird because they had some negative points on their things, sort of maybe disclaimer things, because these are things that they can't get around. But basically, with the Mega Server, if you're in a map, all contestable waypoints in every other map will always be contested, so you can't teleport to them.
Okay.
So say you're in, well, any city, Rattersum. I was going to say Lion's Arch, but that's no longer Lion's Arch. Say you're in Rattersum and you want to go to Ara.
Yeah.
The waypoints outside Ara are contestable, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you can't waypoint out there. So you have to waypoint to somewhere in the map where that isn't contested, and then if you can, then then it will open up if it isn't contested in that map, and then you can waypoint again. So it's a little bit leapfroggy, but
okay.
it's a little bit annoying. So it's not a major problem.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about that one.
It's okay. It seems. I don't know. It's alright, I suppose. It's a bit annoying.
It's a bit annoying. It's not the end of the world, really.
No. I'd probably hate it if I played again though. It'd probably really annoy me.
Yeah, because you have to go to set waypoints.
Yeah.
But once again, it's one of those things where you have to wait and see, because it might not be as many waypoints as I'm thinking it is. But I'm thinking that quite a lot of the ore ones are.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all like contestable apart from a couple, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be frustrating.
Another one of the problems is that you also can't tell if dungeons are open or not when you're in a map that is not the one where the dungeon is.
You can't what?
you can't tell if a dungeon's open because you know some dungeons like Citadel of Flame, you know that
Yeah.
gets
Oh,
closed.
yeah.
If you're outside the map, you can't tell if it's open or not,
Okay, so you have to teleport to there, and then it will
and then
update,
it will
right?
then yeah. So
Okay.
it's the same as the waypoints. You
Yeah.
don't know what's current until you actually go there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and like we've already talked about this last point that the mega server might affect World v World the way it works, but it hasn't been disclosed on what's going to happen with the sort of worlds at the moment.
Yeah. That's fair enough, I suppose. I mean, it's one of those things where when they implement something like that, there's always going to be a few things which will work against the game in
Yeah.
general. It's just what comes with it. But if they're obviously clearly confident that it's going to bring more pros and cons, so well, that's what they think anyway.
I have to wait and see with a lot of these things.
Yeah, it could work really well.
I think
Could
it's
work
going
really
to be
badly.
beneficial, but yeah. Anyway, so we've come to the end of this sort of mini podcast Guild Wars series thing. The aim was to try and get you to come back to Guild Wars. What do you think? Do you think you'll give it another try after all these features? Or you're still on the fence, or you just not fancy it at all?
I don't know. Nothing's really excited me. Like again, they've done a lot of changes to PvP in World v World. Don't care for it. Mega server thing, meh. I just some of the features do seem okay, but there's nothing that's there just going, oh yeah, I really want to try that. Like
I thought
if they
you
turn
thought
around and
the
was like,
wardrobe
oh,
system.
well, it's a good system, but it's not enough to make someone play a game.
Yeah,
That's
I get
that's the
that.
thing. Like it's a good thing. Like I do like it.
But it's not game changing.
No, it makes no difference to the actual gameplay or anything, or what to do, or like what I can do when I'm max level.
You can just play
That's the
around with your
problem.
wardrobe for a bit, and then you'll
Yeah.
probably be bored again.
I mean, I might wait for when the uh I can't remember what they're called, traits or whatever, when they change,
Hmm.
because that is
Well, that's
changing.
all part of the same patch.
Yeah, because that's technically changing it, and I'd like to have a look at that because it might make me want to play a different style with my warrior instead of like two one hands. Might make me want to play two hand, switch up a bit, change the spec around and stuff like that. That could be interesting. That would be the only thing that might make me want to play. Other than that, nothing else really makes
So
me
you
want to
think
go
you
back
might have
to
a
it.
look at it then, potentially?
Possibly, yeah.
Well, that's better than not looking at it at all, eh?
Yeah, although you know me, it probably won't happen anyway. I'll probably be like, it sounds cool, but no.
Yeah,
But
I'll probably be pestering you in a couple of months.
probably,
Are you
probably.
gonna try it yet? No.
Yeah, it's annoying. I just, like I said, there's one thing I just wish they had raiding. If they had raiding, I'd probably still play it. But
Yeah, but once again, that is something that they've said could happen in the future, but we won't know. We don't know.
yeah, I know. It's a bit
We
of a
can always
shame.
hope.
Yeah. Oh well. Can only see. Like I say, I might try when like the next patch hits and all the traits have changed and stuff. But I'm not sure.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I think we can wrap up now.
Okie dokie.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. This has been an interesting series to do. It's been very few weeks, I think, because the videos haven't been quite as normal. But I'm not sure whether there's going to be another one next week because, well, the patch will be released and we already know about the patch. So if there's anything that they actually announce on the day, I'll cover that. But for now, thanks for watching, and Tukx out.
See you later.
Bye.